Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cabin Fever episode 10. Episode 10 of Cabin Fever. It's amazing. And tonight is really special. It's the Distillation 20th anniversary. It is 20 years to the day, October 10th, 2000. My first record, Distillation, came out on Signature Sounds, and we're really, really blessed tonight to have Jim Olson from Signature Sounds sitting in my yard with me. And we also have here Dave Chalfant, my enormously close pal, amazing friend for the last 20 years, who we met and made this record together. He produced it, he played lots of instruments on it, and he's still my neighbor after all these years. So say hello, Dave.
Hey, everybody. It's so nice to be here.
I know you're in the mists over there.
I know, it's great.
You let me know if it gets too much.
It's all good.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good. I think the mists carry the COVID away.
Right. It's got like a Bon Jovi sort of
thing. Totally. That's it. It's Bon Jovi in the backyard. Okay, so what's going to happen tonight? I mean, Cabin Fever, for those of you that don't know, I've been doing live webcasts from my backyard since 2009. So COVID was nothing. Here we are, old hat at this, the 10th episode of Cabin Fever, which is crazy and extraordinary to me. And so what we're going to do tonight is celebrate the 20th anniversary of Distillation by playing it for you in order. Just me and my pal Dave playing these songs that we've been blessed by and loved for the last 20 years. Just two guitars around a campfire. And we're going to try to go in order, though ahead of time we realized that we didn't have the right order. So
we also forgot one.
Yeah, we forgot. I was like, are there 10 or 11 songs on Distillation? It's like, I guess there's 11, but I had to look it up, and I don't actually have a copy on my computer, so I had to look on Google to see, like, what are the tracks on this record? And so in the middle, we're going to take a break, and we're going to show you a wonderful short documentary by Valley filmmaker Piper Preston. And then when we finish playing the record, please hang out, because we are going to have a little Q&A and a virtual hang, and everybody turn their video on and turn their microphones on, and we'll have one of those weird asynchronous, like, clapping sound sort of situation. So what do you say we get started?
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first song on the record, we've confirmed now, is The Queen of Quiet. Do you remember anything about recording this song?
I just remember we recorded your guitar and your vocal, and probably spent hours trying to figure out what else should we do.
Oh, I do remember that part.
We're like, and we ended up only adding some extra vocals and one other element, and the actual item I have here with us. And in the liner notes you wrote, "Dave shook a stick." This is that stick.
Oh my God, the layers of time. That's awesome. Okay, well, shake a stick.
I'll shake it. On
The Queen of Quiet. I'm a kind of lover who won't run for cover. What kind of lover am I? Come on, baby, I'm loving lazy. What kind of lover am I? Put my bed above us, then I'll learn to love us. What kind of lover am I? I'm a little drinker, I'm nervous and a stinker. What kind of lover am I? Ooh, a little rule breaker, how do I break so well? Oh, a little rule breaker, if you break me, can you tell why? Yeah, yeah. Woo. Plastic heart forever for art. What kind of lover am I? I don't say it, I imply it. I'm a queen of quiet. What kind of lover am I? Ooh, I am a little rule breaker. How do I break so well? Oh, a little rule breaker. If you break me, can you tell? Now I'm a kind of lover who won't run for cover. What kind of lover am I? I'm a kind of lover who won't run for cover. What kind of lover am I? Kind of lover. Now what kind of lover am I? Kind of lover. That is not easy to do. The stick is not easy to do.
The stick is, it's got its own...
What would you say? Its own...
Oh, man. Well...
Did you go to stick school?
I did. I did.
Now this next song... this next song, I think, is probably the most famous song from Distillation. And I've told this story many times, but the original title for Distillation was going to be "Mistakes I Made in My Sensitive Years," which was did you forget that?
Yeah,
which is an acronym for the person that the whole record was about. Yes, so mistakes I made in my sensitive years. You all can do the math and figure out what name that is. And I had made out with this person at a party, and we had been drinking. And in the middle of making out, we realized that we were making out in the middle of the floor of the party, and that everyone was standing around us watching us make out. And I went home and wrote this song about that moment. But I'm curious what you remember about recording Blackbirds.
Well, this was another one that we
struggled.
We struggled with this one. And then the wonderful Lorne Entris came.
Oh, yeah, right.
Threw down that drum track.
Which is so simple in so many ways.
So simple.
Yep.
And then we had a foundation. And then we had another struggle, trying to figure out how to do justice to the amazing track that Lorne put down.
I remember that.
And finally we settled on that nasty sounding electric guitar.
That's right.
In my stairwell.
That's right. The very unstable
tuning.
guitar that we put in your stairwell. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It seems like making Distillation, I'm just thinking, it's like we always ended up with less is more.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is really marvelous and hard to do when we both enjoy putting many things on things.
It's important.
So somehow we were blessed with some kind of judiciousness.
I know.
In this situation.
It's an important lesson learned, and I'm glad we learned it at the time. I'm glad we learned it.
Yeah. Well,
while we were doing it,
Yeah, instead of later and being like, wish Blackbirds didn't have 7 guitars.
Right. Which there are versions of some of these songs with.
There are, yeah.
With late night experiments and electric guitars when you weren't around.
Oh, really? Can we find those?
I remember.
That's awesome. I remember, the other thing I remember about recording this is that we put a keyboard on it.
Yeah.
And that, I remember that moment where at the end of it, the track had finished, but I don't remember if it was you or me that was playing it, but it was me, we just kept playing.
Yeah, just kept going.
I was just like, I don't know if I should stop.
Right.
And that ended up being a really magic moment for this song too, a nice way to get out of it.
And like a lot of things on the record, you'd play a thing and then hand me that instrument, and then I'd play a thing. And we'd have alternating versions, so it's hard to tell sometimes.
It is hard. I don't remember, and a lot of times through the magic of computers, it is both of us.
Yeah.
There are many solos I think that switch between us, or elements that were you played it in that verse and I played it in that chorus, and we
Yeah, a lot of that.
Now 4 and 20 blackbirds are perched on the mill house floor. 4 and 20 blackbirds are perched on the mill house floor, watching a pair of blackbirds more. 4 and 20 blackbirds are perched on the mill house floor. Said one blackbird to the other, you must be my queen. One blackbird to the other said, you must be my queen. Ah, the other replied in turn, well, sure enough, you're my king. 4 and 20 blackbirds to began to sing. king of a mill house, rising to the sky. The king, he sang of riches, they were baked in a honey pie. Stay up, finger in, and taste it on the sly. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye. But not a queen, she asked that question, what makes a mill house rare? King replied in turn, well, tonight it's you so fair. 4 and 20 blackbirds to bake themselves to care. Fly away, you dainty dish. 2 blackbirds flew upstairs. Whenever I play this song live, I always know who knows the song and who doesn't, because some people are like, oh my god, that song's over, and everyone claps and I'm like, rookie.
Right.
You don't know this song. Maggie, would you please turn your video off? Thank you. So when that sun had risen, the rhyming it buzzed through. So when that sun had risen, yeah, 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 the rhyming it buzzed through. So 4 and 20 blackbirds had rhymed that whole night through. Why don't you fly away, 2 blackbirds? You got nothing left to prove. Said he'd count the blackbird lucky who is the first to fly away. Bitter taste left behind, lonesome heart astray. It's a pity not the blackbirds who must stay. For having tasted blackbird pie baked and on display. Blackbirds are perched on the mill house floor. Now 4 and 20 blackbirds are perched on the mill house floor. Said I'm watching a pair of blackbirds. Ooh, a pair of blackbirds more. Oh, fantastic.
There it is.
Fantastic. Oh, what a pleasure. It's such a pleasure to play with you.
It's just so much fun.
I mean, I don't need to be in front of all these people on the internet to tell you that, but I will. I will. That's delightful. It's also extremely 2020 to ask someone to shut their video off, so I'm sorry. Part of the archive of this is that actual 3-picture screen that you're seeing, so if you do turn your video on, you are putting your face in the archive. So anyway, let's see this one. This song is called "Didn't They?" and my memory of recording this is 2 things. One, we made Distillation in your house at the time, which was on Bay Road in Amherst, which was an ordinary house.
Yes.
That had some extraordinary sonic properties that you discovered.
Yes, exactly.
Including this pantry that, like a wood-paneled pantry.
Wood-paneled pantry.
Yeah, that was like the best-sounding drum room.
It was amazing.
Unbelievable. And you had figured out the exact perfect way to like get all the sounds out of it. And so I remember this one especially, like us turning up the room mics of the drum kit and just being like, what is that sound? That's an amazing sound. And then you had a piano.
Yes.
That was out of tune.
It actually had just been tuned, and it was the only day it was ever in tune. Because I know we used it again on another song. We had to like reconfigure the tunings of everything.
Yes, that's right. We had to tune down to it or something. So this one is in tune, but something else we used it on isn't. Yeah. Well, this is a song about. I don't know if I ever told you this. Maybe I did. I had a crush on someone that I was on tour with all the time, and I never told them, and then I swore they knew. And that's what the song is about. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
I almost want to tell you who it was because it's been 20 years. So who cares? All right, I'll tell you. I had a crush on Rose Polenzani. She was an extraordinary singer-songwriter that I did lots of touring with early in my career in a group called Voices on the Verge, and I was just mad crushed out on her.
Wow.
And I thought I was hiding it, and then I thought, well, she must know. And then I was like, oh my God, she knows. And then I don't know if she ever knew me. I'll have to ask her. Secrets.
She'll weigh in on the chat.
Oh God. Rose.
Rose.
Secrets of Distillation. You know my secret. Somebody told you, didn't they? I can tell in your voice and in the way we are awkward. Mama, what did they say when they told you my secret anyway? But they say they all heave holes, y'all you don't know. So what to do, but what to say, yes. Some of them, didn't they? Come on, that deserves applause, no? It was delicious. You in your half shirt and lies, well, me with a half-lit eyes. What a pair, or who would ever suspect? But could I care for polite way, mama? I'm as frightened as a girl with a secret could be. So far she could be, but she says they all heave ho. See, all you don't know, so what to do, but what to say, yes. So far, Sinning no, oh no no, oh no no no. Didn't they? Delightful. Delightful. Yeah, so that song has a piano solo on it. So it's never had a guitar solo, which is totally wait 20 years for that deliciousness. That's what's nice about this is we're just doing these songs as we do them now and not as we would do them then.
Well, I remember at the 10-year, which was super fun.
That's right.
But it was a huge production.
Yes, we attempted to that's a nice segue. We attempted to recreate everything for the 10-year anniversary. So like every solo by every note, and I even look what I have here. I still have the Distillation dress Here it is. And at the 10-year, I wore it to all of the shows, which made me very unhappy, I have to say. It did fit. It still fits. But it made me very unhappy to put on the same clothes that I was wearing at that time. I don't really need to be back in that place again. But there it is. I still have it. For this next song, we are going to bring a very, very special guest to the campfire. Katryna Nields, please come join us in the campfire. Join us around the circle. Katryna is an extraordinary singer and songwriter and member of the Nields for, of course, many years. She is also Dave's longtime partner and wife.
This is who I had a crush on tour. and was afraid to tell for like a year.
Aw, and there you are. Oh my gosh. Hi, Katryna. Look, here we are 20 years later. What do you, I mean, I basically lived with y'all while we made this record. Like, what do you remember?
Wow. I mean, like, I don't remember that aspect of it. I remember just being amazed by what you felt like you were allowed to do as a songwriter. Like, I'd been living in the folk world and sort of try to write a song that's going to, get on the radio world. And you're this college student who came to our house and brought these songs that were like just a revelation.
And this
every
guitar
song
playing, just like the whole setup was like, oh my God.
Everything was oh my God, but it was the songwriting that I felt was like brave and exciting. And I think you didn't sound like anybody else. Your songs didn't sound like anybody else's songs. And it was incredibly exciting to be that close to an artist who was doing that.
I might cry. That's so lovely. Thank you for that memory. I remember thinking you guys were the coolest. And you were the coolest.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so great because you were like so much cooler than all the kids in my dorm. And so we just hung out and I was like, these are my people, right? Those that are not my people, these are my people. And I remember like this feeling of like I still have this feeling when I see you, like starting a conversation and it never wraps up because there's just so much to say. And I think that translated to the record too. But I do remember also like just watching TV at night or something because I was
TV. I watch TV, Erin. You never watch television.
I really was living with you. I would sleep on a futon in the control room.
You slept on the futon, but the futon was folded in half. And you slept the width of the futon.
I know. I slept in a small hole. Let's just say it. Well, Katryna sings on several songs on the record, including this one, and has been kind enough tonight to grace us with singing, and also so convenient because you're already potted with. You're already potted, so you can share the same.
I'm singing with my mask on.
That's a nice mask.
Right?
This is so 2020. Like, please shut your video off. That's a nice mask. Well, Estelle, I was your husband, third in a group of three. You were twice the widowed. I once did see a wedding bed like no other, farts turned to funeral grave. Truth is temperance, happiness worn, signpost on a road that is paved. Up when the decent folks dance, two-step revival, denial, deviation, temptation and trial. Oh, Estelle, what you loved you gave away. Jesus says we die a little death for him every day. Well, now don't turn tricks upon the spoon, play piano with the other hand. You're the kid who lied life so much, look up, it's your wedding band. When the minister spoke and the vows we took at that moment, you were mine. A falling took place afterwards, an explanation would take much more time. Up when the decent folks dance, a two-step revival, denial, deviation, temptation and trial. Oh, Estelle, what you loved you gave away. Jesus says we die a little death for him every day. Well, Estelle, I took you home that night, my wife above the common law. Laid it up like we always did in the hammock of the backyard. We were swinging like a rocking horse, cannonballing down the track. We both found heaven right then, you just chose not to come back. Well, the decent folks dance a two-step revival, denial, deviation, temptation, and trial. Oh, Estelle!
Oh, Estelle!
Oh, Estelle!
Oh, Estelle!
Oh, Estelle!
Oh, Estelle!
What you loved, you gave away. Oh, now Jesus says we die a little. Jesus says we die a little. Jesus says we die a little. Death for him every day. Oh, thank you, Katryna Nields. Thank you so much.
Oh, my honor. Thank you.
We will see you again shortly. Whew. That's exciting. We have a lot of people in the backyard, actually. Don't tell the state. Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe distance. Everyone doing okay in the backyard? Okay, good, good, good. All right, oh yes, we got this one.
Yes.
All right, all right, all right. Several of the songs from Distillation have lasted in the set list for many years and many iterations, and this is one of them. Mostly because whenever I see Dave, I want to play this song because it's so lovely what he does on it. But what do you remember about making this one?
I just remember, I think I showed you this tuning that I got.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got from Joni Mitchell.
Oh yeah, I got it
And I
from
was
Joni
like-
Mitchell.
Well, not like we go way back.
I've developed many tunings with her.
Yes, she and I. So I showed it to you, and all I remember is you came back with this.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the hell did you get this from what I just showed you?
Well, the tuning is for the guitar nerds in the house. It's C, G, D, G, B, D.
Yeah,
But the song is in F.
right.
I don't know how this happened either. All I remember is that I had this girlfriend, mistakes I made in my sensitive years, and I had to drive her around to pick up her cocaine. That's just what it was. I think I was very young to be driving someone around to pick up their cocaine. And she ended up sleeping with my boyfriend at the time. She was my girlfriend and slept with. It doesn't even matter. It's 20 years. Who cares? Who cares? They're all happy now. We're all happy now. All right. The Little Cowboy, shall we? I got the cocaine to keep me home. Now my best buckaroos to the West Coast have gone. I could have bought a ticket, but what would I have done? No lines in my pocket and a nose for the setting sun. Said I found a new cowboy, I got something to do. Oh, a fresh bed of roses, he keeps me amused. Now he rode from Seattle, on the trail from Seattle. I heard he's done hard time, but he brings back this bad girl, some good boy hometown shine. So sail away, ladies, saddle sore, maybe with a nose to the setting sun. Oh, I'll be right behind you when the roses have had their run. So me and my cowboy, now me and my cowboy gonna ride till we ride no more. Or till the six-shooter draws and the cocaine becomes a chore, still a chore. So sail away, ladies, saddle sore, maybe with a nose to the setting sun. Oh, I'll be right behind you when the roses have had their run. So baby's got blue skies up ahead. My baby's got blue skies up ahead. My baby's got blue skies up ahead. So my baby's got blue skies. Yes. Oh my goodness, Dave Chalfant. Monstrously talented. Dave Chalfant.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to do one more song and then we're going to take our break. This is a song called Daisy and Prudence that I had forgotten. Well, I wrote it about mistakes I made in my sensitive years, of course. But I had forgotten what musically was its influence. And then in the COVID, one of my favorite artists, Canadian artist Veda Hilly, was doing a concert. And I remember that she had a song called Seamus and Stone. That was a relationship song. And this is ripped off from that.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. No one noticed for 20 years.
And this is also, this track we didn't actually record.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Together. You brought tape, actual tape.
I made this. That's right. I used to live at an arts colony in Providence, Rhode Island called AS 220, and I started recording what became Distillation there on a tape machine in someone's studio there. But it was so noisy there because it was downtown Providence. It was right next to the fire station, so we had to record at 6 a.m. So I would go to bed at 4 or whatever I was doing when I was 20, and then we'd go to this studio just downstairs and record this and hope that the dumpster emptying, the dump truck didn't come. And then we had these tapes, and I was like, what do we do with that? And we did what you always do with tape, which is you bring it to some guy in Shutesbury.
That's exactly right.
And that guy in Shutesbury knows what Rusty
Annis.
Oh yeah, Rusty knows what to do with that tape. So. All right, I can't think of a better place or time to play this song right now with the campfire out in the sky here in western Massachusetts. Fashion doll, take off the wall for me and only me. Now you're pretty with ribbons of indecision and your lips well disguised. Fashion doll, wake up, no one will see. Now this is a moment we'll mark time by. We say we did that when, we say we did that why. And the clothes do not make the man. Desire is dressing up a daisy in September was indulgence and fall. So now what makes us beautiful? Daisy is as Prudence does, and the fabric of seduction reveals beauty just because, beauty just because you're straddling me. Prudence, she takes off her. With Daisy, she fumbles and laughs. And a meeting of the two is merely 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Desire is dressing up Daisy. Princess putting on airs. Somewhere in the middle, you fall, you fall, you fall. But hey, fashion doll, where you're straddling me. Ah, oh, gorgeous. Nice. Gorgeous. Thanks, everybody. All right. So we're going to take our break now, and by break, I mean you are going to get to watch something extraordinary. 20 years ago, a good friend of ours, Ed McKeown, who is a DJ on a radio station in Hartford, he knew Dave and he knew Katryna, and he was making a documentary about music in the Valley. And he came to Dave's house one day during the Distillation sessions, and he just set up a camera and he just shot a bunch of footage, and he shot some interviews with us, and he was, I guess, making this documentary about the Valley, and we said, sure, why not? Who cares? Just come. It was long before the days of like where you would document making a record like that, unless you were the Rolling Stones or something. You would do that
with you.
Yeah, totally. But we weren't like that. And so he came and shot all this footage, and then we all forgot about it. And maybe 8 or 9 years afterwards, he just handed me a flash drive, and he was like, you want this? And it was some footage but it was in some sort of format I couldn't open, and so I just put it in the pile of all the flash drives, and then recently I met this wonderful filmmaker, Piper Preston, and I had an idea, and I handed her the flash drive and said, can you figure out how to open this? And it was this treasure trove of footage, and she's cut it into a wonderful documentary, so we're going to show it to you now. It's less than 10 minutes long, so sit back, relax, and enjoy that.
What's that? I feel like the front part of it didn't come in right. Okay, can I hear the one we're doubling a little bit more? Well, still I was your husband, third in a group of 3. When you twice the widowed, I once did see a wedding bed like no other, farts turned to a funeral grave. Truth is temperance and happiness worn, signpost on a road that is paved. Up when the decent folks dance, that 2-step revival. It is actually my first studio album, like per se, but I have worked in studios before, and more sterile environments, not home environments.
Jesus says we die a little death for him every day.
So I've been living here at Dave's house for all of January, for the past 4 weeks, and I came for long weekends in the fall, and I just sleep upstairs in the control room, and in the morning we come downstairs, have a little breakfast, be like, how'd you sleep? Okay. And then we go right to work.
I think the environment is just more comfortable in a home. I mean, you find that you're watching the clock the whole time when you're at a big snazzy looking studio, and you've got people kind of looking at you through glass, and you're, you're a sort of specimen.
You're the kid who liked life so much, oh look up, it's your wedding band. While the minister spoke and the vows we took, at that moment you were mine. A falling took place afterwards, an explanation would take much more time.
I like to start at noon, I like to work till like 2 a.m., but I can't work solid, so I like to take breaks. So being in a house means I can stop and watch TV, I can stop and do the dishes, do something to get my mind completely out of the studio environment, or I can be watching television or like reading a book and have an idea, and it's right there. Last night when I was playing at Fire and Water, I didn't even tell the audience they were supposed to do that.
And they do.
And they do. And they all went, oh, a stab!
Oh, just for that.
When I played at Holyoke, I made all like 200 girls that were there stand up and do the dance. It goes, oh God. Somebody, there's a dance. Somebody made it up in Providence at a show. It goes, when the decent folks dance, two-step rock. And here's the worst part. Denial, deviation, temptation, and triumph.
I live in South Amherst. I'm mainly surrounded by, across the street there's an ostrich farm, and it's sort of families and farmers and apple trees and that sort of thing, and then, the 3-minute ride away is the new Walmart.
I do a lot of playing in Northampton and a lot of playing in Amherst area, so I was familiar with it already. There's an awful lot of young kids here, people my age, people who are interested in the same sort of things I'm interested in. I mean, the easiest way is called like the 5 colleges. I'm able to come and play, and there's also good venues here. If you think about just Northampton itself, there's Iron Horse and Pearl Street sort of on like a national level, so it's a nice place to go and do like sort of higher profile, like opening kind of spots. And then there's Fire and Water, which is like big cauldron of people just coming in a very small performance-oriented environment. And I've been playing at Fire and Water for probably about 3 years, and each time there's been a real like noticeable multiplication of people coming to see shows.
Should we clip clap?
We should clip clap.
Okay.
You want to punch them in?
Well, that's totally pleasing.
Dave and I got together through a third party, a man named Ben Demrath, who is another Valley musician, and he got a tape from my manager who was passing them out. He heard it and he said, this is really good. He gave it to his friend Dave, who they were making a record together at the time, and Dave came, heard me play at the Iron Horse, and he said, I have the fall off, do you want to come and do a record?
4 and 20 blackbirds perched on the mill house floor.
It's not a band we're hiring to do this, it's me and Dave sitting around throwing ideas at each other, and then we're right there with the tape machines ready.
And here you can go downstairs and no one's watching you and you can go nuts and no one ever has to know.
Oh, Jesus! Cool.
That was good in the "but now Jesus" idiom.
Oh, God. Dude, there's something on there that has a gasp.
Oh, yeah.
Clued me in.
Well, that's cool. Do you want to check that one out?
Yeah, let's come upstairs.
Alright, here we go. Let's try a clip clop. do this verse. Except for I've been thinking of, building a more sort of professional style facility, but actually I'm not sure that I really want to give up the, the environmental recording situation. I love setting up a microphone in the stairwell and seeing what sort of crazy sound you can get. Or I love that our pantry is one of the best sounding drum rooms that I've ever heard, The big day.
Do you think we should explore it further?
I don't know. I think it was, definitely an amusing idea.
And it was fun.
Yeah. But in a way that the feel of that section is kind of delicate. And we've got a really good balance between the guitars right now.
And I think there's enough, fake cowboy
Action.
stuff going on. I don't think we need
Yeah.
unless it was going on the whole song. I think that's good there. I can probably do it better. Let's try it again. Okay, let's try it.
If my heart gets in your hair, you mustn't kick it around. If you're bored with this affair, you mustn't kick it around. Even though I
Can't really imagine a better way to make this kind of record for me, and especially having it be my first record experience. It's been kind of amazing.
now put my bed above us, then I'll learn to love us. What kind of lover am I? I'm a little drinker, nervous and a stinker. What kind of lover am I? Ooh, a little rule breaker. How do I break so well? Oh, a little rule breaker. If you break me, can you tell? Whoa, yeah.
Well.
And that's how we looked 20
And
years
that's how we looked 20 years ago. I think we've compared pretty well.
I think we're all right.
I know. I was afraid to watch that footage,
I know,
and
I was
now I'm pleased. Now I'm pleased. Tonight woke I in a strange bed. Strange bed felt strange. Tonight found I in a strange bed. Strange bedfellow strange. Said it to me, oh, you'll be alright. Said it to me, oh, you'll be alright. In a strange bed, in a strange bed, a bedfellow strange. Said it to me, what they have always said. Said it to me, what I've always heard. You're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, girl. You're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, girl. Girl, you sleep with success. Girl, you sleep with success tonight. Slept I have in the beds of middle America. Life off the fat of the man. Oh, and I'm gonna go out tonight. I'm gonna try to make it. Live I as fast as I can. Live I as fast I as can. So then I said to its success, I didn't recognize you at first. Then I said to its success, you don't look the way I have dreamed of you. We're not strange, said success, to find me here tonight. Not strange, said success, what say you to a bargain? Twixt you and I, success in life. And success, it said to me, forget about the beds of middle America. You don't need the fat of the man. So why don't you sleep with me tonight? That's all you've got to do to make it. And I
as fast as we can, and die as fast as I can. Oh, then I set to its success. I didn't recognize you at first. Then I set to its success. You don't look the way I have dreamed of you, dreamed of you. I have dreamed of you. But not strange, said success to find me here tonight. Not strange, said success. Said, what say you to a bargain twixt you and I? Success in life and success, it said to me. Forget about the beds of middle America. You don't need the fat of the man. So why don't you sleep with me tonight? It's all you've got to do to make it, and die as fast as we can. Die as fast we as can. To its success, I couldn't love you if I tried, and I tried, and I tried. Something about success that lies. Something about success that lies next to me. A strange bed and a strange bed, a bedfellow strange.
All right. That's one of the few songs on Distillation that I actually need the words for. I know,
Wow.
it's just,
That's so funny.
yeah. I for whatever reason that one hasn't stuck in my brain. This was the moment where we had the discrepancy about what comes next.
Yes.
So what song is next?
So next is Kick It Around.
Oh, okay, all right. So this is the one cover that's on Distillation. This is a Rodgers and Hart song from 1941, and I don't remember why this was on the record. Do you? I mean, I liked it, and I had a nice version of it.
You brought it, and it was great.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, yeah. I guess maybe I was like, I didn't want to hit the retro nail on the head too hard, but it did seem appropriate to put an old song with all of these new ones to just give maybe some context to it. And this is just a weird song.
Well, I feel like this song, like on records, sometimes there are songs that are like the friend of another song.
Yes, that's right.
And this is a song that's a friend to Didn't They? Like,
yes.
For me.
No, totally. You're right.
And for me, it was around the way you put together the guitar arrangement.
Right.
And that was like specific to your awesome thing that you had going was that.
Right. It was this attempt to be able to play all the parts on one instrument.
Right.
And what I do remember about this song is that I heard it on in a class actually at school. I was in this musical theater survey class, and I heard this song. It's from this Rodgers and Hart musical called Pal Joey, which is the musical that made Gene Kelly very famous, and led to his movie career. And it's about an awful guy doing bad things to women, like they all are. And
that movie,
that movie, and that musical, and that book. Anyway, I heard this song and I liked it, and I went to the Providence Public Library and got one of those you can play musical theater at home piano books, and took the easy piano part and then put it on the guitar, cool. And that's how it. But it was an experiment to see if I could come up with a guitar part that had all the pieces in it. But we practiced this yesterday, and we have never played it like this. Never
played it. Yeah, we toured this record for a year.
We never played the song.
We never played this song.
No, and when we did it in 2010, when we did the webcast, we couldn't get the rights to it.
Oh, that's what happened.
So we didn't do it on that. Right. And now it's 2020, and I don't fucking care. So we don't have the rights to this song. And
I think that's a T-shirt. Now it's 2020.
I don't fucking care. Come get me. Come get me, Harry Fox. I don't fucking care. I have the worst apprehension that you don't crave my attention, but I can't force you to change your taste. If you don't care to be nice, dear, just give me air, but not ice, dear. Don't let a good fella go to waste. For this little sin that you commit at leisure, you'll repent in haste. If my heart gets in your hair, you mustn't kick it around. If you're bored with this affair, you mustn't kick it around. Even though I'm mild and meek when we have a brawl, if I turn the other cheek, you mustn't kick it at all. When I try to ring a bell, you never care for the sound. The next guy may not do as well. You mustn't kick it around. No, you mustn't. Gets in your hair, you mustn't kick it around. If you're bored with this affair, you mustn't kick it around. Even though I'm mild and meek when we have a brawl, if I turn the other cheek, you mustn't kick it at all. When I try to ring a bell, you never care for the sound. The next guy may not do as well. You mustn't kick it around. Yes, we did it. We nailed the ending. I mean, I ultimately think when I think about Distillation and then think about what we're doing now, I think it's just like two guitar nerds just like sitting around being like, really, can we make the other person laugh? Which is a really lovely way to make a record, actually. I think what happens next is How to Open My Heart.
Yes.
Yes, good.
Correct.
Katryna, would you come back and grace us again with your gorgeous vocals? The background part that Katryna sings on the recording of this is no background part at all. It is like a synthesizer. You are like this like multi-level like choral synthesizer on this. And I remember listening to you when you first recorded it, just being like, holy shit, what is she doing with her voice? It's amazing. It's really amazing.
It's hard to be all of the parts at once.
That's okay, but tonight we're stripping it all down because it's 2020. Who cares? This song, How to Open My Heart in 4 Easy Steps. I'm so glad I've stopped doing this, but I was really trying to take my Catholic faith from having grown up and do something useful with it in the art. So this was like the Jesus Easter story applied to like my relationship. I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore. All right. Are you all set?
Yeah.
All right. Deep exhale. Won't you untie these strings? I don't remember the words to this one either. Okay. Here we go. Won't you untie these strings from my heart? So won't you untie these strings from my heart? And when they're gone, well, I fall apart in your hands, and I am undone. Now you steal that pride from my steps. steal that ride from my steps, and when it's gone, well, I fall apart at your feet. Now I am undone, open so rare that I find myself wondrous and confused. Open so rare that I'm myself wrapped in rare, rare delight. Will you touch that stone? The stone that is my heart. Now you wish it gone, and you wish me undone. And I am undone. Won't you take these words from my heart? Oh, I can give only words from my heart. No, and when they're gone, well, I fall. What were words anyway? And I am undone. Oh, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Will you touch that stone? Stone that is my heart. Now you wish it gone, and you wish me undone. And I am undone. Roll that stone from my heart. So won't you roll that stone from my heart? And when it's gone, you will see where I was laid, and that I'm gone. Oh my God, that was the gorgeous singing of Katryna Nields. Hi everybody, I noticed some people have just joined us. That's right, turn your video off, 2020. We're in the home stretch of the Distillation 20th anniversary right now. Cabin Fever episode 10. We've got just 2 more songs left on this record, and one of the songs we have left I also need notes for, so one moment. And this fire is so tempting. It's right here. It just makes me want to throw things in it. All right, so this next song it's essentially an instrumental, except for just a few bits of words in it. It's called Dirt Gardener. And when I was in high school, I I had the blessing. My high school job was working at an art supply store and a frame shop. So I sold all kinds of different paints and brushes and pens and pencils, and I also framed pictures for folks. And I worked for an extraordinary painter who ran the store, and she lived in the back of the store, and her mom lived with her in the store, and there were several of us young women who were sort of misfits and arty people who worked at the store, and it was my first experience of like a female coven collective, and it really was a place that was a haven for me in high school, and taught me how to be an artist. Was one of the first places where I saw people who were full-time artists, because I don't come from a family of full-time artists. And so anyway, the matriarch of that house, the painter's mom, when she was living with us, was just a wonderful presence and a wonderful person. And during my first year of college, she passed away. And this was again like before social media. The internet was just barely there, and I didn't find out about it until much, much later. When I received a card in the mail letting me know, and it was a sort of one of those cards of remembrance for this person that had been part of this amazing like female collective for me. And on the poem, on the card, you opened it up and there was a poem inside, and it said, "I like dogs, am a dirt gardener, love to cook, and am an exceeding doting mother and grandmother, and have tremendous respect for my husband's political analyses." And this is the card, and it was from Nita, from 1973. And Nita was the wonderful matriarch of this whole world that I was so in love with. And that phrase, dirt gardener, really stuck with me. And so I made this instrumental to sort of deal with my sadness of leaving home and of being far away from the news of my small town, because I was out and off in the world. So, The Dirt Gardener.
With a tool of my own invention, I cracked my own resolve. I weighed it in my hand, and I struck myself hard. And I felt you creep in to freeze and expand.
Thank you very much. Well, Mr. Chalfant,
Here we are.
Here we are at the last.
I know.
At the last one.
Let's just do the whole thing again.
Let's totally do it again. Totally. That's very 2022. Just do it again as if nothing happened. Maybe this isn't happening. Maybe this whole year is a simulation.
That's right.
To show us.
A weird glitch.
Totally. Oh, please. Please.
Please.
Well, when we played music yesterday, it was a reminder that the last time I played music and practiced with you was March 12th.
Yeah.
Because we had a gig March 13th and
man.
14th. We had 2 gigs, and then the world fell apart those days, right? And it was like time folded in on itself. And then yesterday I was at your house again, and I was like, whoa. I know everybody knows what that feels like, but just, I mean, here we are. We're good at Zoom. We're good at time folding in on itself.
Right.
But we're also, I think, I'm much more appreciative of slowness and space. And I mean, honestly, like, if this is all it is, this is fine. You know, it's just like friends and a campfire and a beautiful place, and just play some songs. So, any last words? Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts?
As we say goodbye to this record?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I never have said goodbye to this record. This continues to be, like, in my artistic life, kind of like a foundation. Mm-hmm. I learned so much making it, and like learned so much in the service of fulfilling what vision you had, and I was like, how the hell am I going to make that sound that she wants?
But you made it.
And then I made it, and it worked out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It just yeah. So I know you said you didn't want to do this the 30th, but I'm in.
I don't think I want to do the 30th, but maybe time will fold in on itself.
That's right. The snap. It's just
2020 will seem great. And we'll say, let's relive that. Well, I just want to say you're brilliant, and thank you. And like, if you know, there's no other. I mean, this is hindsight, but I just can't think of a better record to have started things with. It really is like a solid foundation that has continued to give and give, and I owe that to you. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, let's do this last song. This one is called Love in 2 Parts, and it was just 2 songs that I couldn't make sense of. And do you remember anything about recording this? I have one memory, but you go first.
Well, what I do remember is we did 2 drum kits.
That's right. That's the first time I ever did that.
Hand hard left and right.
A nerd.
And the reason we did it was because our motto at the time was WWJBD.
JB. Oh, I know what that is. What would John Bryan do?
Yes.
That's right. So those of you that don't know, John Bryan is a fantastic producer who was very hot at the time.
Yeah.
Because he had done Fiona Apple's early records and also some Amy Mann records that we both loved.
Yeah.
That's right. And John Bryan was all about like 2 drum kits.
Yeah. He was like so much drum kits. And so we thought, well, here's our opportunity. So there's like, the recording of this has got a little like kitchen sink element. But,
totally.
But it just makes me laugh. It's so much fun to listen to.
Because the way the computers were at the time, which was not that great, we actually had to knit them together live. So what I remember is standing in your living room, which was right below the control room, which was sort of a bedroom upstairs, and you stomping on the floor to tell me when to start playing the second part.
That's right.
I don't know why. I guess you couldn't like cut and paste audio.
Yeah, no, you couldn't. It was anyway. It's boring why you couldn't. But the other thing is, we used a loop on this.
Oh, that's
and it was
right.
a loop. It was a free loop that came on a floppy disk. And we used it once, and it was like write protected or something.
Oh yeah.
And we could never use it again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. And so then I think we actually made a loop by cutting and pasting something I played, maybe.
No, we used that original loop off the thing, and then.
Oh, and then played to it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And then it was like, this kitchen sink of drum kits and sounds and stuff like that. And then I'm waiting downstairs with an acoustic guitar like this. And then I hear like thump, thump. And I'm like, and then I start playing. That's what I remember about this one. All right. Love in 2 Parts.
Oh, there's hope in poetry. a comfort in fiction, like the voice of Walt Whitman, for example. I have noticed something. You will have noticed this too. We cut the words off short. We like either or. We are the virgin and the whore. You will have noticed this too. So I am led to say, a purely for example, a purely for survival. And speaking of course, from my own experience. So when I'm drunk, it's easy. When I'm sober, I try not to love you so hard. When I'm drunk, it's easy. When I'm sober, I try not to love you so hard. Will not love you so hard.
We have something very special planned for you. There is this dress. This dress that I wore on the cover of Distillation that I put on 10 years ago. There is this dress, there is this fire. It's hard to resist this dress and this fire and this apocalyptic time we live in. I think sometimes, in order to make new things, you have to get rid of old things. So I say we get rid of this dress right here, right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this is safe.
Oh shit.
There's a bucket of water right there. Don't worry, we're safe. I promise.
In a San Francisco loft you couldn't pay for, I could feel your heart beat through the floorboards. I waved my hope around like a cheap flag whose colors had faded. An emblem was laughable. So what is whiskey in the morning but a clear path to the door? What would Uncle Walt say to the silent floorboard?